Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to, well, a one-game set taken from the NetEase ladder pool. We have Lucifer spawning as the red Undead, and because it is a, well, what I'll call BattleNet or Battle NetEase game, there are no observers, so I'll have to turn off Fog of War. Th000, on the other hand, has actually decided to play random, choosing random and getting Night Elf in this Night Elf versus Undead matchup. Very, very interesting, as we now see an Ancient of War being built down across here. Now, the key question will be, when exactly will the Death Knight and the Undead know exactly what he's going up against? That's always a strange situation to be in. As you know, well, not quite knowing what your opponent's race is means that your build is going to be slightly off. Perhaps you would normally go for a little bit more of a ghoul opening, may end up trying to go for Crypt Fiends instead, or vice versa. He will have to do a bit of scouting early on, and now it is also up to the Wisp to try and scout out his opponent without actually revealing his race. If he's able to spot this Blight here on the high ground and then quickly pull back, he should be in a very good spot. All right, he does spot this off over here. He is trying to stay... Nope, he is not even bothering to stay outside of the range. Seeing that a Crypt is now being placed down. Death Knight is being trained up. Tomb of Relics is in play here as the, well, Acolyte knows exactly where he needs to go next. Archer will be making its rounds out here in just a moment. Demon Hunter should not be too far behind as this game is underway. That Ancient of War is awfully in a very strange position, though, as it won't be able to deal with a large number of, ghouls if his opponent does in fact try to go for a ghoul type opening. Death Knight now out and about, picks up a Rod of Necromancy, already making its rounds out. Let's take a look at this Acolyte. Acolyte still wandering down across over here, as this Ancient of War is taking a fair bit of damage. Now, the Ancient of War will slowly need to either root itself back in place in order to try and, well, get in a little bit more damage here. You can see a Wisp, a single Wisp has actually gotten ensnared, and it is unable to do anything here. Death Knight, Death Coil takes it, and while the Death Coil steals the experience right there, Ancient of War is now taken down as Lucifer deals a devastating blow to, well, the Undead army. All right, there you saw a Death Coil attempt quickly halted as an Ancient of Wonders was created. Death Knight now trying to run away. Demon Hunter may have gotten evasion first over mana burn, and that is going to become a problem as the Death Knight, you know, we saw him use a Death Coil. He did steal a very, very strong bit of experience, already up to 120 more than exactly the same as the Demon Hunter right now. Now, back over here, you can see an Acolyte hanging around purposefully by this rock golem. You want to try and keep track of where your opponent is and figure out what creep camps he has cleared out. That way you can better gauge how much experience your opponent has and whether or not it is a safe engagement. Also, knowing the whereabouts of your opponent in battle, always very, very good. You can choose to take your opponent out while he is trying to do a little bit of creeping, or you can purposely do some creeping of your own. Only you know what your long-term strategy and plan is going to be. Graveyard is in play. We are still going in for more ghouls. We are not teching to tier 2. So Lucifer going for this massive ghoul strategy. And this is going to be extremely interesting here, as the Death Knight should get to level 2 after finishing this last null. All right, do the ghouls have ghoul frenzy? That is the next big question to be asking, as we see more and more ghouls are being added. 27 over 30. Demon Hunter in a little bit of trouble, does have boots of speed, and is now going to try and run away. We are at nightfall. Ancient of War has been trained up, as the Death Knight now going to lead this charge to try and get in a bit of damage, and we now see a tower attempt. All right, Essence of Blight now being added. Demon Hunter is going to go ahead and try and take down some of these buildings. There are some detonations as well, as the units are now just wandering back and forth. All right, Ghoul trying to get into position. Demon Hunter going to get surrounded right here. Death Coil saving a low hit point Ghoul, as the Demon Hunter is going to be in a serious spot here in just a moment. Are we going to see a Death Coil again? Yes, we are, but the Demon Hunter able to stay alive just long enough. Ziggurat, as mercenaries are now trying to get added here. What's going to be happening here in the long term, as the Demon Hunter now going to come back the other way? All right, low hit point Ziggurat. That is going to be a cancel right there, as we do see 2 more Ziggurats still nearing on completion. Death Knight now out of mana. as this is going to become a very, very dicey situation to be in. But as soon as that blight expands, that is going to be a very, very bad spot, as the ghouls are going to actually be healing just as fast as the night elf during nightfall. All right, Nerubian Tower is now being added here. You can see a bit of repairing getting underway. The Spirit Tower also getting added here, as the Death Knight still wandering back and forth. The Blight is helpful, but it does not give any sort of movement speed, only additional healing as the Demon Hunter now tries to make its rounds. All right, Acolyte has to be very careful. Oh, Ancient of War is going to go ahead and engage, purposely pulling back over here. Death Knight now trying to run back around. Ghoul down to 59 hit points. Will it be able to get away? No, it will not, but it's going to force the Demon Hunter to do a lot of chasing. Now, you can see that the Ancient of War is taking a lot of damage. Nerubian Tower is now up. Spirit Tower is up as well, as the Nerubian Tower is going to cause any slowness as well. All right, quick slowness onto some of those units, going after some of those Forest Troll Berserkers and the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. One Acolyte doing a lot of repairing, and this is going to be perhaps far too much for Th000 to overcome. Unorthodox strategy, really getting a lot of mileage right here, right now, as we see the Ancient of War now getting taken out. Back down to the south, you see a Panda is going to be joining in on the fight. There are a lot of ghouls here. Demon Hunter now trying to engage. Panda now going to be coming in from behind here in just a moment, regrouping with everything. You see a bit of slow. That slow is, well, going to get some damage onto, or cause some problems, as you can see that the ghoul is trying to get around that Panda. Low hit point ghouls are now trying to fight in the back way. Death Knight pulling back with those low hit point ghouls once again. One Ziggurat is now taken down. Demon Hunter doing a great job here, though, just minimizing the effectiveness of this army. Forest Troll Berserkers and Archers trying to finish off the Ziggurats as they're being constructed, but this is all during nightfall, and, well, no easy way to fill up those moon wells once day breaks. All right, let's take a look at this. Forest Troll Shadow Priest still trying to pull back here. Crypt Fiends now adding in a little bit of range to this attack, as an Ancient of War is in position off over here. Do we see an Ancient Protector? No, we do not. One Ziggurat in position, just putting pressure on the moon wells, as this is causing some serious damage. Panda, what is he looking to do here? Demon Hunter now trying to get away. Crypt Fiends are just going to slowly inch forward, as you see that Spirit Tower getting in an extra bit of damage. It looks as though the Spirit Tower just outside of range. Panda may try to come across with a Breath of Fire here in just a moment. There's that Breath of Fire that we were mentioning, as the Panda now down to 7 mana. All right, Moonwells in the back are all getting used up. Are we going to see perhaps, what is that Demon Hunter looking to do? He does have a Clarity Potion and a Potion of Mana again, but this is going to be far too much. Lucifer opening up with an unorthodox strategy. Also, you see more Spirit Towers being added. Demon Hunter gets another good mana burn right there, as the Moonwell does get taken down. All right, Glaive Throwers is the counter unit. Is it going to be in time? Is it going to be enough, as the Wisp are now trying to pull back here? Let's take a look at this. A little bit of damage coming back and forth, as you can see that the Glaive Thrower is purposely going to try and start launching some attacks onto that Spirit Tower. You do see some repairs underway. Panda is in position, is going to be able to get off any Breath of Fires as well, as the Crypt Fiends are using that range to really protect, or really push down or push back against that one Glaive Thrower. Glaive Thrower down to 250 hit points, slowly getting back up again. Those Crypt Fiends are going to be in trouble, as you see one Ancient Protector in the back line. Panda now in the back here. Panda trying to head back away. He does have a Potion of Mana. He does get a Breath of Fire off, but not doing very much of anything, as the Glaive Throwers now need to start fighting back again. Death Knight in that very forward spot. We need to see some repairs underway on that Ancient of War as well. Do we even have enough resources? That is a big question there, as damage is still getting added up continually. Tree of Ages not taking damage. Only the Ancient of War right now. Ancient of War not training up anything at all. Perhaps he is supply blocked. Only 3 Moonwells, so 40 supply army, as the Ancient of War will finally fall. Demon Hunter back down, or Death Knight back down across over here, picking up a Scroll of Healing to try and counteract all of that Breath of Fire, possibly, as the Demon Hunter still wandering around here in that forward position. All right, Death Knight up to 70 or 94 mana. Demon Hunter could have easily gotten a mana burn. There's a Breath of Fire going across again, and not using that mana burn effectively, as the Demon Hunter perhaps not realizing that the Death Knight was in such a prime position to get burned. still getting in a lot of attacks here. There's a Scroll of Healing, Breath of Fire hitting across multiple units. The Panda has done a large amount of damage, but is still constantly being negated by that Scroll of Healing and the Death Knight's Unholy Aura with Blight. Continuing this fight here. All right, Crypt Fiend now trying to finish off one of those Glaive Throwers. Another Glaive Thrower in the backfield. There goes another Breath of Fire. Panda finally out of mana. Glaive Thrower perhaps ventured a bit too far. Gonna lose a lot of health right there, as you see him trying to hide in the very, very back again. Panda still in that position right now. You see, oh my goodness, that Crypt Fiend down to 33 hit points, but somehow still stays alive. We are up to 4 Moonwells right now, but that's more for healing than anything else, as the Demon Hunter needs to try and figure out where to go next. All right, are we going to see some damage being brought in? Demon Hunter in that front position. Are we going to see a Breath of Fire? We could see the death of a Crypt Fiend finally. Death Knight, no, wow. One Breath of Fire would have finished off a handful of Crypt Fiends. Instead, Panda goes down, as the Panda will be forced to get resurrected. Demon Hunter now pulling back down to 143 hit points. Glaive Thrower still holding strong, but this army of Crypt Fiends has taken terrible, terrible damage, and it is starting to really add up. If the Death Knight goes or any misclick happens, loss of control, things can go from bad to worse in just a second, as the Ancient of Wonders could try and come in from the back as well to absorb a bit of damage. Where's that Death Knight? Death Knight off over here, down to 90 hit points. What is going on? Demon Hunter, Force Troll, Shadow Priest may be forced to pull back. Demon Hunter is going to be able to get the Death Knight. Death Knight down to, wow, Mana Burn stays alive. Demon Hunter falls as the Panda, well, where are the rest of the heroes? Panda is now finally back out onto the field. Are we going to see perhaps a Breath of Fire here as we see some damage? All right, are we going to see a Breath of Fire? Yes, Breath of Fire even hitting the Spirit Towers, which is pretty much what you need right now. Every bit of damage that you can get, as the more and more units are just trying to engage again. All right, Panda down to 50 mana, not being able to do very much. There goes a Archer there. Tree of Ages now trying to train up more and more Wisp to fend off against this attack. And we are still looking at a very strong fight here. Panda now in that front line, up to 60 mana. One more Breath of Fire is pretty much all the gas that he's going to get out of this. It's going to be quite some time before he gets any more mana, but we are at nightfall. Panda is in position. Breath of Fire goes. Multiple units so low on hit points. One more Breath of Fire would do it, and that Panda is going to be drinking every ounce of moon juice possible. All right, continuing the fight down over here. Halls of the Dead. Oh no, adding in a slaughterhouse now to perhaps deal with those meat wagons. Continuing this fight here as the Glaive Throwers are getting into position. All right, let's take a look. Panda, how much mana? It's sitting at 27 mana. There is a little bit of Moonwell juice across all of those. Panda could get into position here, trying to finish off some of those units. Demon Hunter is now back out. Is going to be able to Mana Burn. Yes, Mana Burns down the Death Knight, down to 87 hit points again, as the Panda now looks to back up. Panda sitting at 39 mana. It looks like he did try to use a Breath of Fire. Didn't get that many units hit, as the Demon Hunter now going to try and engage again. All right, what's that Panda doing? Panda's at 50 mana almost. Now needs to drink some Moonwell juice once more. Make way for the Panda to get a Breath of Fire off, but really the Blight and the healing from that Blight is causing really big problems. Demon Hunter does have enough for a Mana Burn again. It looks like though the Death Knight wants to pull back. Still, as we are a completed burrow. No, there's no orc players here. All right, continuing this fight now. More damage, and attacking ground. Able to take down one of those Crypt Fiends. Oh, the burrow. No, it's not an orc burrow. It's just burrow. Those Crypt Fiends are just burrowing to try and regenerate hit points, but it is not going to be enough. They need to try and burrow a little bit further away. That is not a good spot to be. They are regenerating hit points while burrowed on Blight. Death Coil does come across, as the units are now going to try and engage. All right, Panda does not have enough mana. Crypt Fiends are going to, Crypt Fiends now need to back up again. Death Knight still sitting at level 2. Is this going to be enough damage across here? Panda now trying to engage. Demon Hunter could Mana Burn that Death Knight again, but does not have that much there, as you see more and more damage being added. All right, Demon Hunter now going to purposely pull back here. They're going to engage, and now Panda is in position for a good mana, or a good Breath of Fire if it could actually engage. Staff of Preservation. The Demon Hunter now teleports back, as the Death Knight could get taken down. Death Knight down to 42 hit points, as a Breath of Fire does go across. It looks as though the Obsidian statue healed just in time, as the Lich now being added. All right, Demon Hunter and Panda now being forced out of their home. Talk about just a land grab, and that's exactly what we're seeing right here, right now, as the Lich is going to get taken out of position. Dryads built, as the Ancient of Lore was Ancients of Lore were built, and Dryads were added pretty much out of nowhere. He didn't even realize that there was buildings outside here, as the Demon Hunter now gonna go ahead and try and pull back. What is this building? Another Ancient of Lore, 2 dual Ancients of Lore, somehow, as the Glaive Thrower is continuing this fight again. Moonwell's in the backfield. Dryads not going to be very, very strong against these Crypt Fiends, as another Dryad does get taken down. Glaive Thrower now trying to pull back. It does have 2-0 upgrades. Continuing this fight once more. Obsidian Statue could get mana burned down pretty quickly, as the Glaive Thrower now down to 300 hit points. Panda is now back in play, does have a little bit of hit points and mana to go through, is going to be able to get a Breath of Fire off as the Glaive Thrower finally gets taken down. One of them gets taken down. Are we going to see another Ancient of War or any other unit? Panda now back across over here. Only one Glaive Thrower. That's going to be a serious problem, as we still see Dryads holding off any more reinforcements. Any reinforcements would have to go the long way round in order to get into position. And I guess as the armies are going to be growing for the Demon Hunter, that's just going to get better and better, as we now see another mana burn go down here. All right, Lich going to be coming across in the center portion. Let's take a look. Demon Hunter, Panda going to try and engage. Dryad's going to come over and engage as well. There's a bit of slow poison again. Lich being forced to walk all the way around, as we are still looking at a big fight here. All right, Crypt Fiends, Ancient of Wonders now getting attacked. Let's take a look at this Glaive Thrower. A second Glaive Thrower was taken down, but the Dryads are just finding units, as we now see Druid of the Claw with Adept training. There's a burrow, as the units are going to go ahead and re-engage here. All right, Crypt Fiends going to try and make its way over again. Are we going to see a Dust of Appearance here? Staff of Preservation? No Dust of Appearance. Just the Panda. Is he going to buy it? There he goes. Finally buys it. Going to go ahead and reveal right here. Or is he going to reveal? There's the reveal. Going to go after those units. Meanwhile, a Crypt Fiend could get taken down again. There it goes. And as we are still trying to fight our way back across here. Reinforcements are just not coming. Panda now sitting at level 2. It has Drunken Haze and Breath of Fire. Additional slow will be extremely helpful, as the Demon Hunter now rushing on in. 168 point mana burn coming across. Panda could get a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire across all of those units. Is he going to go for it? No, he is not. The Glaive Thrower is still in that, or is now down, as the Demon Hunter could try and get some more mana burns in on that Obsidian Statue. The healing has pretty much been nearly negated, as one Moonwell, is it going to get drunk, or is it going to, yes, get drained by that Panda? Yes, as that Panda is still sitting at level 2, sitting at near maximum mana. All right, let's take a look back across here. Bear is still being added. Adept training. Oh, what was that Crypt Fiend thinking? Crypt Fiend was in a really, really bad spot. There's a Frost Nova. Not going to really matter. There's a Breath of Fire. Rejuvenation can go down on that Demon Hunter in an instant. Mana burn again. And Dryads and Tier 1 Bears is currently in play. Let's take a look at this. Are we getting Mastery Training? We are getting Mastery Training. We're going to have Bears. And it looks like Th000 is going to do the impossible and really be able to come back into this game. All right, Bears are now making their way forward. Dryads could try and focus down those meat wagons fairly quickly. Druid of the Claw is back out. There's a Rejuvenation. Demon Hunter could be in a little bit of trouble. Staff of Preservation, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Demon Hunter still okay for now. There is a Staff of Preservation on the Panda, though. Demon Hunter now trying to pull back, going to use some time instead, as the Bears are now pulling back here. Are we going to get another Rejuvenation? Yes, we are. It looked like something went splat, as we are now still trying to engage here. All right, Demon Hunter rushing back on in, going after those meat wagons. Breath of Fire taking down one of the back meat wagons, as the one Druid of the Claw is just getting constant rejuvenation. Staff of Preservation saves a bear, as that guy probably needs to go back into Druid form. And, well, there's the game. An amazing game by Th000, taking down Lucifer. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Ari, you want to say bye? Okay. Oh, well, we're at the end right now. Do you want to say bye? Okay, come say hi or say bye. I'm only casting this game. Say bye.